Welcome to Jewish Inspirational Stories. We're reading from the book Living Emunah. Is it you or Hashem? The Rambam writes in his commentary to Parshat Bo that the objective of all the mitzvos is for us to believe and recognize that Hashem created us and that all He wants is for us to know that we are His creations. Similarly, Rav Yerocham Levavitz writes that the underlying purpose of life is to recognize that Hashem runs the world. One mitzvah that expresses and exemplifies this concept most clearly is the mitzvah of Shemitah, requiring a landowner to let all his fields lay fallow for an entire year. The numerous landowners in Eretz Yisrael observe this mitzvah. They collectively own hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of agricultural land, and for an entire year they watch it all just wither away in order to comply with this mitzvah. The Midrash refers to these people as mighty heroes. Normally, when we have a mitzvah to do, it takes us a brief moment, or perhaps a day, or maybe a week or a bit more. But the mitzvah of Shemitah obligates the landowner for an entire year. Some of us find it difficult to close our businesses just for Shabbos and Yom Tov. These people close their entire enterprise for an entire year. A rabbi once told of a conversation he had with one of these landowners in Eretz Yisrael during Shemitah. He asked the man how he has the fortitude to abandon his livelihood for an entire year. The man answered by citing a pasuk: "Respite in salvation arise for the Jews from elsewhere." He had full faith in that Hashem would provide his livelihood through some other means if he complied with the mitzvah's demand to let his land lie fallow. If somebody knows that even when he works, it is actually Hashem who is providing his livelihood, then he has no trouble at all abstaining from work when Hashem tells him to. If he realizes that his planting and harvesting is not what brings him success, then he will have no concerns at all when Hashem tells us to stop planting and harvesting. People generally think that they are the ones who secure their livelihood through their industry and hard work. By making the right investments and the right decisions, Rav Ephraim Waxman noted that if a farmer thinks he produced food through his hard work, he should ask himself, who provided the sunlight? Who brought the rain? Who supplied the nutrients in the ground? Who performed the photosynthesis and all the other miracles of the agricultural process? A person feels pride over the money he earned by making a smart investment. He should realize that the more neurological data is needed for his fingerprint to press the button on his phone to call his broker than all the human actions that have been performed since the beginning of time. The human brain contains 1 billion neurons, which form more combinations of circuitry than the elementary particles in the entire universe. But we credit ourselves for having an idea. Could we even pick up the telephone without Hashem? There was a rabbi in France named Rabbi Gershon Liebman, who is credited with leading 80,000 Jews to becoming Balei Teshuvah. His students compiled his lectures into a book and presented him with a copy. They saw him read through the book and express his amazement. Wow, what a beautiful chiddush. This is really good. The students were very surprised. They knew their rabbi was very humble and not one to boast about his brilliance. They approached him and asked why he was praising his own work. Just because Hashem put this chiddush into my mind, he answered, does that mean that I did anything? The more we understand the message of that Hashem, that everything that happens is because Hashem wanted it to happen, the easier it will be for us to perform the mitzvos. In addition, by performing the mitzvos, we will enhance our recognition of Hashem's control over the world and over our lives. Thanks, and we'll continue tomorrow.